A Magis Day, everyone. Today we embark on a deep discussion into the developmental and social-cultural dimensions of learning, specifically through the perspective of social constructivism. In a quote by Justin Trudeau, a good teacher isn't someone who gives the answer out to their kids, but is understanding of needs and challenges and gives tools to help other people succeed. By exploring these dimensions, we can gain a deeper understanding of how our environments and social connections influence our learning experiences and outcomes. To better understand this theory, it argues that learning is a result of the social-cultural context in which it occurs: social interactions, interpersonal relations, and communications with others. Social-cultural theorists see cognitive development in a different light: cognitive development inseparable from culture. This means that while social-cultural factors do not explain everything about learning, nevertheless, they interact with cognitive factors to influence learning. Now, let's begin by exploring some fundamental terms. Context refers to the specific circumstances, conditions, and surroundings in which learning takes place. These environmental factors play a vital role in shaping our educational experiences and understanding. For example, the physical environment of a classroom, the availability of resources like books and technology, and the social dynamics among students and teachers all contribute to the learning context. A supportive and resource-rich environment can enhance learning, while a chaotic or resource-poor environment can hinder it. Second, communities of practice are groups of individuals who share a common interest or goal. They interact regularly, collaborating to deepen their understanding and skills in pursuit of their shared interests. These communities adhere to certain standards of action and interaction that facilitate effective learning and knowledge sharing. For instance, a community of practice might consist of teachers who regularly meet to discuss and improve their instructional techniques. Through this collaboration, they develop new strategies, share experiences, and support each other's professional growth. Aside from that, authenticity in learning is vital. It refers to the degree to which tasks, activities, and assessments mirror real-world situations. When learning tasks are authentic, learners can apply their knowledge and skills in practical scenarios, enhancing their ability to transfer learning to new contexts. For example, a project-based learning activity that involves solving a real community issue, such as designing a sustainable garden, allows students to engage with real-world problems and apply their academic knowledge in meaningful ways. Next, we have scaffolding, a supportive technique central to social constructivist theories. It involves providing structured support to learners as they tackle challenging tasks or concepts. This support is tailored to the learner's current abilities, helping them achieve goals that would be beyond their reach without assistance. For instance, a teacher might break down a complex math problem into smaller, more manageable steps and guide the students through each step, gradually reducing support as the student gains confidence and competence. Lev Vygotsky, a renowned researcher, also introduced the concept of the zone of proximal development, or ZPD. This zone identifies tasks that learners cannot yet perform independently but can accomplish with the guidance of a more knowledgeable person, such as a teacher or peer. The ZPD highlights the potential for cognitive growth through interaction and support. For example, a child learning to ride a bicycle might initially need help from an adult to maintain balance and pedal, but with practice and support, they gradually become capable of riding on their own. To expound this idea, Vygotsky's theory also emphasizes the role of social interactions and apprenticeships in learning. Through interactions with others, children not only acquire new knowledge and skills but also internalize cultural values, norms, and ways of thinking that are essential for their development. For instance, in a classroom setting, group discussions and collaborative projects allow students to exchange ideas, challenge each other's thinking, and build a deeper understanding of the subject matter. In terms of educational practice, these concepts translate into various effective methodologies. Peer tutoring, for instance, allows students to learn from each other through teaching and explaining concepts. Cooperative learning fosters collaborative skills and mutual understanding among peers, enhancing learning outcomes. For example, in a science class, students might work in a small group to conduct experiments and analyze the results, learning not only the specific content, but also how to collaborate effectively. Given that cooperative learning activates union between students, teachers can also implement techniques such as modeling. where they demonstrate how to approach tasks or solve problems, providing a clear example for students to follow. Coaching involves providing timely feedback, guidance, and encouragement to students as they navigate challenging learning tasks. For instance, in a writing class, a teacher might model the process of drafting and revising an essay, then coach students through their own writing process, offering constructive feedback along the way. Moreover, we have dynamic assessment, another valuable approach in social constructivist learning environments. Unlike traditional assessments, which focus on static measures of knowledge, dynamic assessment evaluates how students learn and develop over time. It involves identifying learning potentials, providing targeted support, and assessing progress based on interaction and response. For example, in a math class, instead of a single test, the teacher might use ongoing assessments to identify areas where students need additional support, provide targeted instruction, and then reassess to monitor progress. This approach helped to create a more comprehensive understanding of a student's abilities and learning trajectories. To sum up the discussion, the social-cultural dimensions of learning reminds us that education is not just about individual achievement but also about the social processes and cultural contexts that shape our cognitive development. By fostering collaborative and authentic learning experiences, we can help our students develop skills and knowledge they need to succeed in an increasingly complex and interconnected world. Moreover, understanding these dimensions allows educators to create more inclusive and equitable learning environments that recognize and value the diverse backgrounds and experiences of all students. Thank you everyone for engaging in this important discussion. Let's continue to explore and apply these principles in our educational practices, especially that we are aspiring educators. Through developmental and social-cultural dimensions of learning, we can ensure that we are capable of creating learning environments that are supportive, inclusive, and conducive to the holistic development of every student.